Hello everyone, welcome back to another reaction video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. If you are new to the channel and you are enjoying the content, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. OneLove now has memberships available. As of right now, there are 2 tiers you can sign up for. The first tier is called the OneLove Fan. The perks that you will receive are loyalty badges that set you apart from the rest in the comments. You will also be able to use custom emojis as well as priority replies to comments. The second tier is called the Lovely Crew. The perks that you will receive here are the loyalty badges, custom emojis, priority reply to comments, member shoutouts, and early access to new videos. More perks will be added down the road. If you are interested in joining the membership, please feel free to hit the join button. So in today's video, we have a lot to cover. We are going to be covering the live she did when she was at the airport. We're also going to cover the 3-hour live that she did on yesterday as well. So let's go ahead and get right into this.
When I go through security, can I take food? Like, will they let me take the food? AJ, get over here. No, I thought so. No. Even if I have kids with me? Hey, Emily.
Open the door.
No, like fast food you're carrying.
Open the door. This?
Damn, because I always get the food after security, but this place, it's different at Tampa Airport. It's like food and then security, and we're not going to eat this. I don't even want any more of this. Dang. And you know what? I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think there's a damn Chick-fil-A in there. Isn't there? And a freaking Starbucks. I should have just went to the dang terminal. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, bro. I don't know what I was thinking. Getting food right here.
Mommy, we're going to an airplane.
I know. We're going to the airplane, that's right.
We have Wi-Fi to call Grandma.
You want to call Grandma?
Yeah, we do.
Alrighty, let's call Grandma. Wait, I don't know. Hold on, I'm trying to look for the Wi-Fi. Wait, this one, maybe. There we go. It worked.
Oh, it worked?
Wait, hold on.
Oh, yeah, Mommy. I need Wi-Fi to call Grandma.
No, let me just take the Wi-Fi. That's a bit more. Okay.
Hey, Grandma. Hey, Grandma.
Here you go, take it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
So we see AJ asked Olivia to, put the Wi-Fi on so he could call his grandma. But, I do believe that they are still communicating behind the scenes. I know a couple of people suspected that maybe during the time when Olivia was spinning the narrative of her being homeless, that she may have blocked Stella from being able to comment. Because, I just feel like Olivia was trying to, make sure that nobody gave away what she was trying to do or what she pretty much accomplished as far as, robbing the people blind, girl. But yeah, I think that was her way of trying to cover her bases so that Stella didn't say something or be in the comments talking about, what you mean you homeless? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's very possible that Olivia did block Stella so Stella didn't give her away.
Are the kiddos usually good on the plane? Are they usually good on the plane? Yeah, if they're asleep. They're real good if they're sleeping. Okay, thank you. Safe travels. Thank you, baby.
Hi, Daddy.
How have you been? I'm okay, guys. I'm alright. Considering all things, I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay. The 3 oldest, I don't know. I haven't spoken to them.
So I want you all to keep in mind that this live that we're watching right now, where she was at the airport, was made on August 27th, which was Wednesday. And she posted this screenshot that you're looking at right now on August 23rd, which was last Saturday. Now, this screenshot is showing where she tried to contact Gerard. I'm assuming this is what the app looks like because she had let it be known that Gerard had changed his number. So I wouldn't think that she would have access to his new number. So I think this is what the app looks like. And you can see here where she tried to call. And there is an hour difference. So although you're seeing 8:22, 8:23, 8:24, it's actually 7:22, 7:23, 7:24. And I think this last call was at 7:26 or where she texted. And accordingly to the court order, she's supposed to call between, I believe, 7 to 7:30. So I'm trying to figure out, if you are trying to speak to your 3 children, why would you wait to call them at 7:22 when you only have 8 minutes to speak? How are you going to speak to 3 children for 8 minutes? Like, that was just weird within itself. But, you know, she got an attitude because the calls wasn't answered. And she sent the text at 7:26 saying, wow, you're a sick person. And I feel like anybody who is in this type of situation, who is restricted from not really having access to their 3 children, not really able to be hands-on and just have the opportunity to just speak to them and get whatever time they can with their kids. First off, you wouldn't have left Texas to begin with. That's number one. Number two, if you know that you have a certain time frame in when you can call, like, I would be calling at 6:55. Like, why would you wait to 7:22 to call your children? Because it's really giving, Olivia, that you don't care. You don't really care like that. For you to come on here all the time talking about, I can't speak to my kids, like you're doing right now at this airport, talking about, I haven't spoke to my kids. Why? It just is not making sense, Olivia. Like, you can't in one breath be crying and saying that Gerard is keeping you from your kids, but when you have the opportunity to be around your children, you choose to leave. When you have the opportunity to speak to your children at a certain time frame, you wait until your deadline is up. When you have the opportunity to get your children a day early, you decide not to. Like, it's so many things. And don't even get me started when you actually do have your children, you telling them to get out of your face. So it's really giving, Olivia, that you really don't care. And I really hate to say that out loud, but it's really showing that.
Can I wipe your face? All right.
We can go now?
We'll go in 1 second. Stop pushing the stroller. Let me see, come here. Let me see your face. Where's my damn shoe? There it is. I said stop pushing that. I said stop. Ooh, wee child. I'm gonna have to pop that butt in a second. You want me to pop that butt? Then stop. Girl.
We're about to depart.
Yeah,
Stand clear
for
of the
real.
doors and hold handrails firmly at all times.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's gonna go fast. She's going super fast. Here we go.
Yay!
That's going really fast, huh?
It's hot.
It's hot. No, it's not. Yeah, you're finally on the choo-choo train. You happy to be on the choo-choo train? Girl, he don't care. He does not care. He does not care, y'all. Ooh. Okay, come on, let's get up. Up, up, up. Butt up. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Give me your hand, give me your hand. Thank you. It's her business. She doesn't have to tell us anything, actually. Come here. Okay, I'm putting her on her thing. I don't care if she screams. She's gonna scream, so get ready. She's gonna scream at me.
See, it's comments like this that makes Olivia believe that she can continue to come on here and do the things she does. For this commenter to say, it's her business, she doesn't have to tell us where she's going. Are you for real? Like, this is the same woman that told y'all she was homeless for a week. And y'all was cash apping her and sending her money to her PayPal and super chatting her, but she don't have to tell y'all nothing? This is why Olivia knows she can lie to y'all and y'all are going to still be there supporting her. This is so dumb. Like, I don't know what's going on with y'all over there. Somebody said it's giving cult. And it almost is giving cult. Like, y'all are so brainwashed by this woman. It is insane. So that was pretty much all for this live. It was a lot of her muting the camera. Nothing was really going on. I just pulled out the pieces of this particular live that I thought y'all would want to see. But now we're going to move on to the live that I think all of y'all have been waiting for. Yeah, this, I'm telling you, I haven't watched nothing in this live. All I know is this girl had the audacity to come up on this camera grinning and smiling like ain't nothing happened, and she is in her place in Texas, y'all. And let me not forget that she definitely dressed for the occasion, wearing a whole bonnet with a nightgown or a nightshirt on with the whole troll on the front, because Olivia is definitely a whole troll for sure. So she definitely dressed for the occasion. But y'all, let's go ahead and jump into this foolishness.
Hey, y'all. Hold on. Let me give my baby this real quick. AJ, stop. AJ, can you go get your shorts, please?
I just want them pants.
Okay, but mommy doesn't have your pants right now, so just put your shorts back on, please. And be a good boy, okay? And I'll give you a treat, okay? I need you to be a good boy for mommy.
Well, I need to be a good boy.
Because you have to, that's why. Okay. Let's talk, okay? While these kids are eating. I gotta talk to you guys. So let's get the likes up so we can talk. Can you guys hit the like button?
I mean, it's the nerve of you to think that you could fix your mouth to ask anybody for anything at this point. You wanting likes before you get into the whole fact that we see you standing in your kitchen with the same decoration, same stuff stuck on your refrigerator, same lights streamed around the ceiling. Like, girl, you sitting here asking for likes? And you come on this camera with this foolishness? Girl, it couldn't be me. I wouldn't give you not one like. But, of course, your followers over there would do anything you say. Whoo, child, like, we really just got started. This is the beginning of this 3-hour live. And I'm already just getting super annoyed. But let's continue.
Eat your oranges. Okay, so let's talk, okay? Can we get the likes up? We're still not even at 100 likes. Come on, y'all. Support my channel. All right, let me read your comments. Hi, y'all. Yeah, it was so much work just to get a cup of coffee. She said, "Clock that C." Y'all funny. Am I happy to be back in my apartment? Yes.
Hi.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, I have to talk to you guys about the apartment, everything. So we will once we get 100 likes. Let's just get 100 likes. Yes, Jess, I'm really happy too. Yes, I'm back in Texas. Yes, I'm back in Florida. Yes, guys, I moved. I got me a cute little place out here. Okay, listen, here's the thing. Liv has been through a lot, right? And I learned a lot from what I've been through. And people are not gonna fuck with me no more. So with that being said, until I figure out like my streaming area in my place, like I get like a background and I have like a cute little, there's no more streaming all up and through my apartment. We're not doing that. Okay? Cause there's too many miserable ass people on the internet. So with that being said, until I get my streaming room, my office together, I don't feel comfortable streaming around my place. So, you never seen somebody move that fast? Well, girl, you can get a lot done with some money, honey, okay? A lot of shit done with some money. So, with that being said, when you guys have been seeing me lately up against a wall, I'm in my closet. I'm in my closet in my office. I'm going to take my babies to Disneyland this summer. Like, for real. We're going to go to Disneyland. We're going to have a lot of fun this summer. I have a lot planned. But right now, I'm just trying to, like, get my place together. I really like my new place. I really like it a lot. It's, like, open and it's cute. I want to show you guys, but it's not worth it. I have so much stuff. You have to prioritize your shit. Like, I didn't want to bring a whole bunch of shit with me. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't bring certain things. But I didn't want to bring, like, a whole bunch of shit with me because I wanted new stuff.
Just lying. I know, like, I had to do this because I'm like, girl, you said a whole lot 3 months ago when you first touched down in Florida. You was really trying to come up with a lie on the spot when, you know, the person was talking to you in the comments about, you know, your belongings. And you talking about, yeah, you know, I grabbed some stuff. You know, I just, you know, I didn't want to take everything because, you know, I wanted to have some new things. Girl, you knew this whole time you had this place. You knew. And and I told y'all throughout, I felt like this girl still had her place in Texas. And I know some of y'all was like, no, I think she lost her place. But my gut was telling me the girl was pretty much saying, because she kept mentioning it, that she had her place. And I said that I felt like she did have her place still. This was the first instance that I remember her saying she had her place.
I said what I said. You guys want to know my tea? Ask. It's not a big deal. There's no more tea. Really, there's no more tea. I'm in Florida. I'm about to go back to school. If he wants to take me to court, he can, because I have all the paperwork ready. I'm working on my own shit on the side. Yes, I am. Because like I said, you're asking me for child support, but you were breaking me off money. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But we'll see how the courts feel about that. My baby's about to be 12, you know, and I'm not worried about nothing. There's no more nothing. You guys want to keep making fun of me because I'm not with my kids. Okay, I'm not with my kids. I'm about to go to school. I'm not on here door dashing. I'm not on here begging you bitches for a fuck thing. I'm here not paying any fucking bills. No bills at all. Okay? I still have my own place. Still do.
So you hear right there, she's letting the people know she still had her place. That's why I believed it. But she mentioned it a couple of other times. I will try to find those clips. If I find it, you'll see it in this video. But y'all bear with me because it's a lot of work doing these flashbacks, y'all. But I know y'all love them. But yeah, let's continue on with this recent live.
Every time I try to leave, honey, it just keeps pulling me back. Isn't that crazy? It's like, it's literally like every time I try to leave, I get sucked back to Texas. But I'm going to explain the apartment situation to you guys and everything that went down in Florida. Yeah, I can't wait to talk because that night I cried for y'all. When I said, we did sleep in the car. We most definitely did. Yes. No, nothing I said to you guys was a lie. That's not what we're coming to talk about, that I lied to you guys. No, I wouldn't lie about nothing like that. The situation in Florida was what it was. And I didn't plan on coming back here. That wasn't my plan. But like I said, we'll talk about it.
Olivia, if it wasn't your plan to come back to Texas, why are we literally watching you right now sitting in your kitchen? Like, everything is intact. Everything is still intact as if you never left, and you've been in Florida for 3 months. So how is it that you was never planning on coming back? Who was going to be living in you was just going to have the house just there? Like, nothing makes sense. All your stuff is still there. What do you mean you wasn't planning on coming back? And you most definitely was lying to the people, Olivia. You did lie a few times. This is one of the lies you lied about, just off the bat.
And everyone talking about trolling and this and that. I don't have my place in Dallas. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said that. I broke the lease and I lost all of our stuff. Everything's gone. I had pictures, I had everything, and everything's gone.
Y'all heard it straight from her mouth. She no longer had her place in Dallas. She broke the lease. She lost everything. And this woman was sitting in this car crying real tears, telling the people all of this, and then have the audacity to show up in the same apartment that she claimed she no longer had 3 months later, and fix her mouth to say, I never lied to y'all. Wow, Olivia.
It broke my heart. I understand. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but I was trying to do what I needed to do. I really wanted to finish school. Like, that was the main thing for me. And I knew I couldn't go to school here because I don't have help. You know, I don't have help with my kids here. So I went to Florida because I have help there. You know, I had somebody to watch Kailani while I went to school. And I got AJ into a daycare. Because it's not easy. It's not easy doing everything by yourself. I know I may make it look easy, but it's not easy.
I know, you guys, this toy that AJ is playing with, it is extremely annoying, but Olivia is saying some things that we need to hear. That's why I'm leaving this in. So she's saying that the reason why she left Texas to go to Florida is because she wanted to do her school. She said she had someone that could watch AJ for her, Kalani for her. She had a place for AJ to go while she was doing her school. That was her plan. And so I'm trying to figure out what happened to the plan. She hasn't gotten to this point, but obviously you stopped staying with Raquel, and Raquel stopped watching Kalani because you said in a couple of videos back when you were still in Florida that a friend of yours had started watching Kalani so you can continue going to school. I know some people suspect that the girl didn't even go to school to begin with. But we're gonna just see how this is playing out right here. We're still early on in this live, so let's continue.
I'm happy to be back. But you know what? I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids. That's it. I want to drive. I don't have my car. But I want to go see them. Did my car break down? No, my car didn't break down. My car is on the way here, but it's not here yet. So I was like, I want to wake up and go see my babies. And I can't because my car is not here. I don't even know if my car will make it, but I'm going to make it because I want to go see them. Maybe I can go see them tomorrow.
So, again, for context purposes, this live was recorded yesterday on Thursday. And she's saying that she wants to see her kids the next day, which is today, Friday. What's really bothering me about what she's saying right here is she's making it seem like, oh my gosh, I just want to see my kids. I just want to see my kids. I can't wait to see my kids. You know, I'm waiting for my car to get here so I can go see my kids. And it's like, Olivia, you missed 2 of your children's birthday for what? For what? You missed Ryan's birthday. You missed Christian's birthday. And you went to Florida acting as if you literally up and moved and you was not planning on moving again. That's what you said. You said, I don't plan on moving anymore. You also said you had no intentions of coming back to Texas, but all of your things are intact in this apartment. And the only reason, and let's be very clear, the only reason why you're back now is because of this court document that you posted on your community wall on Wednesday, which stated that you had to appear in court on September 30th. This is what brought you back, not the fact that you missed your children so much. It was that right there that brought you back to Texas. I cannot take any of what she's saying right here seriously. I just can't.
I left, right? We're gonna have a story time here. Okay, you guys ready for the story time? Let's get 20 more likes and let's get some hearts in the chat if you guys are actually paying attention, because I'm about to spill my heart out to you guys. Okay. So let's take it back to, when did I leave? I think I left in May, right? In May. The reason why it seems like my ex is always in the mix, it's because he is, you guys, obviously, or he always tries to make himself, and that's why he is discussed over here, or he's mentioned, or whatever the case may be. I left around May, I believe, and this was the plan, because I knew I couldn't go to school here in Texas because I don't have any help here in Texas, right? Okay, cool. And plus, let me say this. I already know the people that I'm dealing with. You guys, I've been going through this situation with my ex and my kids since 2021, so it's been about 4 years now. And I already know the games that are played. And after, let me say this too. One of the reasons I came to social media and I told you guys that him and I were messing around or whatever is because it's a bunch of reasons. But the lady had already found out. That's the thing that y'all don't know. You guys are like, oh, well, you shouldn't have said anything because da-da-da-da-da. The lady, she already found out because his ass. He told me that when he came, the last time he came here was when he got off the cruise, and he came here. He wasn't invited. He just invited himself, and he told me then. But he told me like weeks prior. He was like, "Oh, she's catching on to us." He didn't care. You know what I mean? And if he didn't care, I didn't care. But I should have cared about the kids. I shouldn't even have been in that situation, and I regret that. But whatever, it happened. It happened. But he already had told me that she was catching on. She's catching on to us, and I'm like, okay, and that's your situation. Like, that shit has nothing to do with me. But I'm telling you, like, in his mind and what he was telling me, not like I cared, but in his mind, he was gonna do whatever he had to do with that whole situation. Whatever, that's his life. I don't care. But anyway, that lady already ended up finding out. Okay, that's why the whole cruise was messed up and whatever. But I already knew that since she had known and since he was who he is, that I already knew that all this ish was going to turn out the way that it is. That I'm going to be cut off further from my kids. It's going to go back to all the games being played. And I was just like, you know what? Instead of playing all these games, I need to get like my shit together as far as I need to like get a license in something. I need to further my stuff. He uses the kids as pawns. 100%. 100%. Don't do that. 100%. And I just wasn't in the mood. I'm still not in the mood. And that's why I'm about to just handle this situation once and for all. Now, everything that went down in Florida, as far as, you know, me moving, and I was never going to stay with my sister for that long. I wanted to get a place, you know, like, not a place, but I wanted to, like, move out and venture on my own. Anyway, I did that. I moved in with the roommate. You guys knew what happened from there. But the roommate situation was fine. Here's the thing with this apartment. I didn't want to keep this apartment. Okay, I was done. When Olivia's done, she's done. And I just felt like I can't get shit done here because I need the help that I need. And plus, I don't want to play these games. I don't want to go back and forth with this man because it seems like whenever I'm here in Texas, it always turns into, pick that up. It always turns into that type of situation where him and I are doing shit that we have no business doing, or he's knocking out. He's somehow, whether it's bad or good or whatever, well, it's always bad, but somehow the man always ends up knocking at my door. Exactly. He still wants you, and that lady knows. You guys, listen. We're not going to say the obvious. Don't say nothing like that. It's not like that. I don't care about that type. Look, that man does not want anybody. Okay? I have come to the conclusion he is just, there is something else that operates that person. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I have the luxury of not having to deal with it anymore, okay? So putting myself back in that situation to deal with a person like that is foolish. I didn't want to keep this place, okay?
Mommy.
By the grace of Stella, okay?
Mommy.
What?
I get called that number right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I get called that number.
What number?
That number.
Okay, that's Grandma. Go ahead and call Grandma.
Yeah, that grandma.
And shout out to my mother. And my mother was so right. And look at the reason why I agreed to keep this place, because my kids, my 3 babies that are here, you know, and it's like, keep the place, you know, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, when I thought I lost the place, I didn't know how I was going to keep paying for this place at one point. I was like, I'm going to lose everything and everything inside of this place because I had no way to pay for it. I'm not going to get into like who's been paying. For the most part, you guys already know. But what is the problem? Let me say, for the most part, you guys, all of my supporters, you guys helped me save this place. You guys. Now, you guys helped me, what's the word I'm looking for? You guys helped me, with so much when I was in Florida and I was going through that situation, and I was like, okay, so am I gonna get a place? I was at the crossroads of, am I gonna get a place here in Florida because I was homeless, I didn't have a place in Florida, or am I gonna come back here and am I gonna save this place and come back here?
Wow. So this is how Olivia is flipping the homeless story. So you're saying, technically I was considered homeless, you guys, because I didn't have a home. So basically what this girl is trying to do is say, well, technically I was considered homeless when I was staying with Raquel. Technically I was considered homeless when I was staying with the roommate because I didn't have my own home. Therefore, that means I was homeless. But Olivia, the fact that you still had a place to lay your head, you and your children in Texas, still does not change the fact that you were not homeless. Now, of course, when she needs to explain the part with her telling the people that, well, you know, she thought she lost her home in Dallas, but she don't want to get into that. Yeah, you don't want to get into it because you don't have a lie for that. So you just want to skate past that part. But it's not making sense because you have said so many different things surrounding why it is that you told the people you didn't have your place in Texas anymore. You're saying right here it was, your mom who told you not to get rid of the place. Then you say that you actually thought you no longer had the place. But then you told the people when you was in Florida you didn't have the place because you broke your lease. So how is it that you broke your lease, you lost everything, to you're saying that your mom told you not to get rid of the place and that you actually thought you were going to get rid of the place, but your mom told you not to. And then you say, well, y'all know who, is the one who pretty much was responsible for paying my bills, because you say that's Joey. Joey's the one who pays your bills. But you then turned around and say, well, it was y'all, the ones who was cash apping me, the ones who was sending me money via PayPal, the ones who was super chatting me. Y'all were the real VIPs, right? That's how you're trying to spin it. So because you don't want those people to stop supporting you anymore. You're trying to save that core base of your audience because you literally lied in these people's faces. So now you're trying to what? Make them feel good, make them feel special by telling them, well, you know what? I didn't actually scam you guys. I actually used the money to keep this place afloat. Girl, bye.
What? Wow. I was on vacation for 3 months. If you want to call it that, that's fine. Here's what I'm not going to do. Don't yell at Kailani.
Can I just come on the trampoline?
You get off the trampoline. Get off.
No, I want to go on the trampoline.
What I won't do is I won't argue with you guys anymore. I'm not going to argue with the internet because it's never been our beef. It's never been our beef, y'all. My beef has been with one person and one person only. Certain people on the internet took the beef and ran with it and thought it was y'all's. It's not y'all's, and you guys don't have nothing to do with it. I have beef with people in real life, not the internet. So it's okay. You guys leave the stroller alone.
Okay.
You guys can call it whatever you want, vacation, whatever. That's fine.
But Olivia, that's what you called it. You were the one trying to act like you were doing your big one by saying that that's what you was doing. You said out of your own mouth that you were on vacation. So for you to try to make it seem like you don't want to argue with the person who made that statement, how is that arguing when they're basically asking a valid question? See, again, this is your way of deflecting from having to answer real questions. You'll make it seem like, oh, I'm not going to argue with you. How is that arguing? You don't have to argue with someone when they're asking you a simple question. But again, as per usual, you deflect when you don't want to have to face real questions.
But anyway, like I was saying, I decided to keep this place. I decided to, because look, if I didn't, I was going to lose everything in this place. I very much was going to. And I wouldn't have a place out here, and I wasn't ready to completely here's the thing. I have to get with my oldest daughter. When I get with my oldest daughter, I'm gonna ask her. I'm gonna say, Robin. No, I'm not gonna get into what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna talk with my oldest daughter about me being in Texas, because you guys, I don't want to be here. You guys know how I feel about it. I want to do what my kids want me to do. I want to do what they want. If they want me here, if they need me here, I want to be here for them. But you guys have no idea. And please, I hate how people, I don't even really want to explain too much about too much, because my situation is what it is. And I totally understand that a lot of people, a lot of moms out there could not imagine my situation, you guys. It's like unimaginable to y'all, because you guys have never been through it. And I'm happy that you guys have never been through it. I don't wish this shit on my worst enemy, because no No mother deserves this. The kids don't deserve this. Like, this is some sick-ish, okay? Seriously. So, and it's like all about game playing and manipulating and twisting and turning the truth and twisting the lies. And it's just all just so much. And I'm really, really, really sick of it. Like, you guys have no idea. And I'm dealing with a person who's like on a power trip. He thinks that he runs not only the kids, but he thinks that he runs me. He thinks that he can just do whatever he wants. And it's just a very, very, very sick situation.
But Olivia, you're doing the same thing. You're playing a lot of games. You're being very manipulative. You're twisting truth and you're bending lies. You know, you're doing the exact same thing that you're saying Gerard is doing. So I'm very confused. It's like, how do you come on here and say, this is what Gerard is doing to me, this is what he's doing to our children, but look at what you're doing to your children. I mean, the fact that you're saying you want to talk to Robin so you can ask her if she wants you to be there. Like, Olivia, who is the adult? Are you the adult or is Robin the adult? Because why are you asking I don't even think she's 12 years old yet. So you're asking a 11-year-old if she wants her mother here in Texas. You're asking a 11-year-old if you, being the mother, is needed. Like, what is happening here? Like, Olivia, either you want to be in your children's life or you don't. It's that simple. You're the adult. You're the parent. You're the mother. That's what you do. You make hard decisions for your children, not putting those hard decisions on your children to make for you. Are you for real?
Okay, and he runs that lady, and he runs, it's like...
Like, with them, big boobs. Like, mommy.
No. I know that my kids love me. My kids are the only people who matter in this situation. The only people who matter. And I feel like he constantly, and if you guys don't see that, then you guys just don't understand what's going on here. He constantly wants to make it about him and I. Constantly. Even this last thing that he just filed, once again, this is about him and I. I'm not about to play this game anymore.
So, Olivia, if you're saying that it's only about the kids, and it's not about you and Gerard, because that's what you're saying. You're saying that in the way Gerard is moving, he's neglecting the children. He's actually using the children as pawns, and he's focusing his anger, his what have you, with you. So he's, in your words, he's making it about you and him instead of the children. But you're telling the people where you differ, it's all about the children for you and not about you and Gerard. So if that is true, how was it about the children when you up and left Texas? See, you lost me there. You even said early in this live, Olivia, that you was not planning on coming back to Texas. So how was it about your children? You said if it wasn't for your mother telling you to keep that apartment, you would have let it go. So how is it about your children? See, again, you're so busy trying to make Gerard look bad. I mean, all of y'all play a part in what we're seeing unfold right now. But instead of you, like, just standing in your own mess and in your own poor decisions, you want to push that off on him. And it's not fair for you to do so, Olivia, because you've done your own dirt. You've made your own bad decisions. And in the processes of you moving the way you have neglected those 3 children. You have not put them first. So you're not making sense right here. And as far as Olivia saying that Gerard filed those recent court documents on her, I believe with the new information that I have, I don't believe Gerard had anything to do with it. But we'll get into that later.
So, with that being said, for the longest time, this whole situation, the court situation, all of this was really hard for me to confront. Extremely hard for me to confront, because who wants to deal with strangers telling you how to handle your children, where your children go, who your children live with? These children came from my body, and I felt like women, mothers, I felt like people should have had my back. I feel like, I know I have a lot of supporters, but to see the hatred that I got behind all this, and I'm like, but y'all are mothers. Y'all understand. Y'all should understand. People are like, oh, you just want the control, and you just, who doesn't want control? Who doesn't want control over their kids? Who doesn't want that? What mother doesn't want control over her children? Those are her children. I'm wrong?
Yes, you are wrong. And the fact that you're standing here saying that people should have had your back is wild, for the simple fact you forget how all of this started. When you and Gerard split up and you decided to go back to Texas to fight for your marriage, I don't think people were mad at you for that. I don't think nobody would have just outright just been against you trying to save your marriage. But it was the way you went about it, Olivia. You manipulated that situation by trying to hook up with random dudes to make Gerard jealous. And then on top of that, we saw how you were being very manipulative and trying to keep the kids from being able to talk to him. You was playing little games with Gerard being able to talk to them even before you went back to Texas. The things that you were saying about him on the internet. But fast forward, when you look at how you had every opportunity to act like you had some common sense when you first had to present yourself to the courts, you did not handle yourself in a way that showed not just us, the viewers, but the court, that you really wanted to fight for your children. To fight for your children means that you will do anything that is required of you to ensure that those are the end results, that you would get your children. You made it difficult for your own attorneys to handle your case. You made it difficult for the courts to even give you a chance to get your kids back because you was not complying. You wasn't complying with the lawyers you had. You wasn't complying with the judge. Like, you did everything possible to not have your children in your custody. And then we look at everything else that has played out. How do you expect people to have your back? How do you expect the women, the majority of the women on this YouTube platform, to have your back when we saw these behaviors from you, Olivia? Had you came on here and been a woman who just was showing her real life in going through a separation and trying to fight for her marriage and just happened to end up in a situation where you had to go to court for custody, had you showed up and just been honest through and through, you think you would not have had some more support for you? But it's the way you moved. It was the choices you made, even to the point of trying to get that man arrested. When you knew he had rights to those kids, you called the police on him and said that he had kidnapped your children. And you think the majority of the women on this internet is going to have your back? Like, you played a lot of foul games, Olivia, and you can't stand here today in 2025 acting surprised that the majority of the people ain't siding with you and ain't having your back. Like, this is insane.
I'm wrong for wanting control over my children. They're my children. It's not like I came into other people's situation and wanting control of their children. They're my kids. So the way that I have been treated and the way that... Anyway, like I said, you guys could not imagine the pain and the suffering and the hurt and the everything that I've gone through behind this situation, the confusion, the manipulation, everything. And I'm just not playing about it anymore. Even this last little tactic of him trying to revoke my supervision, revoke it. That's fine. I'm going to confront this full on, and I'm going to handle this person the way that he needs to be handled.
I mean, Olivia, the court document that you're speaking about, it did not say that Gerard was trying to revoke your supervision, girl. It said that it was revoking the suspension of commitment, which I believe the commitment is referencing the child support, because that is what you had agreed to doing when it came to the court, and them ensuring that you would not spend any time in jail if you did your part in being on probation for 10 years and making sure that you paid the child support amount that you were obligated to pay.
Believe it or not, I don't care what you guys believe. I'm telling you the truth. When he came over here, I didn't want to sleep with him. Yes. Was I talking to him a certain type of way? Yes. But I wasn't like, I was a participant, but I wasn't the person like jumping on him, jumping his bones. No, he jumped my bones, okay? And that's just the way that it went. Was it right? No. Was it disgusting? Yes. Do I regret it? 100%. But it happened. So anyway, that's over and done. But everything is always, I'm to blame. I'm to blame. Everything is my fault. Okay, cool. That's fine. Like, that's totally fine. But I know I have to just like full force handle this situation, and that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, like, people still thinking that he's a great man. Cool. That's cool. You guys can think whatever you want. I'm not even gonna bash him anymore. I'm not gonna say anything about that person anymore. As far as what I think of his character, you guys can think he's a great person, and that's fine. He's basically hurt every single person because his lack of care of people, and it wasn't just me, it's anybody that he comes in contact with. The kids, he disregards everybody's feelings. He does not care. If Robin sat with him today and said, I want to live with my mom, he would tell her, no, too bad. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about anybody's feelings, and that's just the way it goes. It's not right, but like she said, he'll have his day. And yeah, that's just what it has to be, because I'm not going to run from this situation anymore. I'm going to handle it 100% because I'm done with the games. I called my kids like a week or I did. I went 2 months without calling my kids because I already knew the games. Okay? Understand, ladies, if it was you and somebody was dangling your kids in front of you, playing with you about your children, you guys probably would have been locked up already on the first 48 or whatever the case may be. I have held myself together in a way that I can't even believe. I'm shocked about the way I've held myself together through all of the freaking games that have been played, okay, about me and mines. So at some point, you get to the point where you're just like, I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
See, this is what's not making sense to me, because if it was court ordered that you were able to speak to your children how many amount of times, whether it's 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or however it worked, from 7 to 7:30 p.m., if that was outlined in the court order for Gerard to abide by, and you are communicating solely off of the app, if you are showing a history of you trying to contact your children on those days that you were ordered to contact them on during the hours or the time frame that was outlined in the order for you to contact them, if you're saying that there is a history there where you have been trying to contact your kids and Gerard is not letting you speak to them, don't you think that would have been a great opportunity for you to take that to the court? Because all you would have to do is present this to the judge and say, look, judge, here's the app. Look at all the times, the weeks, the months I've been trying to contact my kids, and there has been no communication. My calls are not being answered. My texts are being left on read. I'm asking to speak to my children. I'm not getting a reply. That was the whole point of the app being the mediator that the courts put into action when it comes to you and Gerard doing what y'all was supposed to do when it came to the kids. That was supposed to help you, Olivia, but I feel because you didn't want to communicate in the app for whatever reasons, and you wanted to solely contact him on his personal cell phone, that's where you keep falling flat on your face. It's like, I keep seeing you move in a way that it just doesn't make sense. It's not smart. Because every time somebody tries to give you wisdom, every time somebody tries to put you in a right position, you turn around and do the complete opposite. And then you want to stand here and complain because nothing went your way. Like, what exactly do you expect to happen in this situation right here? I just think this is the weirdest thing. And you haven't spoke to your kids in 2 months. You've been in Florida for 3 months. You haven't spoke to your kids in 2 months. Now you're back in Texas. You're talking about how you want to see your kids. But it's a possibility you may not even get to see your kids. Like, all of this is just weird to me. None of it is making sense at all.
And I was at that point, like, I did get played. I felt so drained by May. Dealing with this man, I felt like literally drained. Like I couldn't deal with it anymore, because there will be a time and a place where I show you guys everything out of that situation. I can't do it right now because I have to consult with a lawyer how to do that and when to do that and if I can do that and everything, because I want to do it in a certain type of way and I don't want it to jeopardize anything that I could use in court. Lady staying with him knowing, yeah, 100%, Kimberly. And that's not even the problem. People were like, oh, you're so hurt that lady stayed. No, I didn't care about that. You guys, was I manipulated during that time? And look it, I'm telling you right now, dealing with this person is a complete mind F, okay? I pray that you guys never encounter this type of human being, because not only will they mind F you, they will turn everything on you. You will be the complete villain. Everything is your fault. You're going to be standing there at the end like, oh my God, all I wanted to do was love you. Even with the child support, I know so many men that have custody of their kids and don't ask the mother for child support. I know so many men, like so many men. My stepfather being one of those men. My stepfather had full custody, full, not 50-50, not primary. He had full custody of his daughter because the mother didn't want custody. She literally didn't want it. And he raised my stepsister, his daughter, 100% on his own, and he never asked the mother for a dime because he just wasn't that type of man. This man 100,000% used the used the child support as a weapon against me so he can do exactly what he just did. While we were messing around, he was trying to take the child support off of me because he doesn't, number one, he doesn't need it. He's told the court, like literally we sat in court and he told the judge that he doesn't need my money. He literally said that to the judge. So while we were messing around, he made phone calls to the probation and he was trying to take me off of child support. And he was giving me money. Stop it. Stop. So now, this was, I guess, this is the last thing he could do to me. Stop. I said, okay, hold on, you guys. I said, stop it. Do you want to go on timeout? Okay, then stop it and listen to me. And then people turned it around. Once again, manipulation. Oh, you don't want to do anything for your kids, you deadbeat. Blah, 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 blah. When have I ever not wanted to do anything for my kids? But, and the thing is like, while we were dealing with each other, like, he was like, I'm going to give you money so you could take the kids out this week. Like, when I would get the kids on the weekends. So, like, it's so serious to the point where he understands that I don't have money for the child support. He doesn't want it.
I mean, this actually lines up because before Olivia exposed their relationship in May, I noticed in videos a couple of months prior to that, Olivia was acting very cocky, even to the point of saying multiple times she didn't have to pay child support. She wasn't on child support anymore. I don't know if y'all remember. I think some of y'all may remember, but she kept reiterating that she wasn't on child support anymore. And I honestly believe this is why she was saying this, because this is what Gerard was letting her know that he was going to do. I mean, she's saying that he was making phone calls. And I do believe that. I believe that. But I think he was promising her certain things when they were still, hooking up with each other.
I understand 100% what's going on here. It is what it is. He's mad because I came and I blasted him. But like I said, I didn't blast him. I was really hurt in May because, it's like, you guys, I can never just get up on my feet and try my best. I'm gonna cry. Because all I want to do is be the best mom for my kids. I don't care about that person. I don't want anything to do with him. He has shown me time and time again that he wouldn't care if I was in my grave. I mean nothing to him. And I don't even mean that like I need to mean something to him because he's supposed to be with me. No. I'm supposed to mean something to you because those are my kids. I'm the mother of those kids. You're supposed to have at least some common decency, like regard for me, but he doesn't. If I were to die tomorrow, he would be like, good, now you can really be their mom. Like, he's that demented. He has zero respect for the fact that I'm their mom. He has zero respect for me in any aspect. I'm going to handle this situation the best way I know how, and that's to face it 100%. I need to get a lawyer. I need to give the lawyer everything that I have, and I need to once again fight him in court. Why he wants to keep fighting me in court? Because according to him, this is what I'm saying, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I swear to you, and that's how I've always explained him. He literally has two faces. Get down. He literally has two faces. He has a face right here and a face right here. Because when I was speaking to him during those months, he told me he didn't want to keep going through the courts. He doesn't want to keep going through the courts. He doesn't want to go by the court order. This is what he said out of his mouth. And it's like, and you guys are probably like, well, girl, Kailani, get down. Get down. Get down. I know what you guys are going to say. Well, girl, he was playing you. He was trying to get in your pants. Blah, 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 blah. But he was already getting in my pants. So he didn't have to say all that. There's no reason to lie. And that's what I've always said to him. There's no reason to lie. Just keep it a buck. But anyway, like I said, trying to understand him is like trying to understand, I don't know. Girl.
When I listen to Olivia right here, what I'm getting from this is it definitely seems like it's setting in where Olivia is realizing that she no longer has control when it comes to Gerard. Olivia has been so used to playing games and putting him in positions where he would chase after her. She could pretty much do whatever and he would still choose to want to be with her. And I think this situation right here and everything that has transpired up until recent, I think Olivia is actually at a point where she's starting to see that she really doesn't have any more control. And although she keeps trying to make it seem like it's not about Gerard, she doesn't care, she does. I really do believe Olivia saw things playing out differently. And I know I've said this before, but there are videos that would back up what I'm saying, and we're going to dive into that in another video because this is already, I know, going to be a long video, but it's very clear, and I have been saying for months that I really did see Olivia was hurt. Olivia did not expect things to play out the way that they did. And, you know, Olivia has always been very cocky when it came to Gerard. She's always came across as feeling like she knew she could get Gerard, she could have him. She always made herself out to be like this person that would always be chosen when it came to Gerard. And I think this recent situation really did a number on her. And I think it's really starting to set in that, again, she has lost control. And it's not what it used to be.
And if my baby's like, Mommy, stay, fight for me, please don't give up, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Mommy, I want video.
I'm not gonna say too much. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna have help soon, here soon. Okay, I'm gonna have some help. I'm gonna have somebody in my corner that's here. And yeah, so that's a good thing. And that's what I've been doing.
So, in other words, it sounds like Stella is probably going to be coming back to Texas to help Olivia with her children. That's what it's giving, and that's going to be an interesting dynamic. But I would be very surprised if we saw somebody new, because y'all remember she alluded to the fact that she was going to do away with the old characters and insert some new characters. So, but I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that she's basically talking about her mom, and her mom is going to be coming back to help her.
I'm done. I'm just completely done with the games, okay? Like I said, even these last couple weeks that I have been trying to talk to my kids, it's been something. It's been something. Like, I called on Monday. He didn't answer. I didn't even get to talk to him on Friday. Okay? I called on Friday. He said, call the lady's phone if I want to talk to my kids. In the past, I've been stubborn because any woman would who wants to call that type of woman to talk to you. I shouldn't have to, but you know what? This new way of thinking of putting my kids 100% first, none of that shit matters. I'll call Satan himself to speak to my kids. Also, I'll call whoever I need to call to speak to my kids. So he said, call that lady's phone. And I know he does that type of shit to upset me. But I was like, okay, fine. I'll call her phone. What's her number? AJ, sit down and eat. Sorry, guys, I have to keep screaming at my kids. AJ, sit down and eat now. I said, okay, cool. What's the number? No response. No response. But yeah, there was no response on Friday. So, okay, cool. I have to wait till Monday to speak to my kids. I call on Monday. They're in practice. They're not available to speak. They're all in practice. I said, okay, fine. When is a good time to call back so I can speak to them? I have to call back Wednesday. Which that's not in the court order. I have my time, and you have to make time for me to speak to my kids, not whenever you think is right for me to talk to them. I'm supposed to be able to talk to them. And this is what I was trying to avoid. Playing these games. So yeah.
So So what I find interesting with this is, first off, Olivia acknowledges the fact that she has not put her children 100% first. That's a start, Olivia, because that is definitely what I've been saying over here. The way you move a lot over the years, it definitely does not show you put your children first. But for her to at least acknowledge right here that she hasn't, I mean, that's a start. And the next thing I would say is, if this is true, this is what I was saying early in this video, that if y'all are using the app and Olivia is trying to contact the children and she's trying to reach out and do whatever it is she's supposed to be doing on her end, and she's still not being able to speak with her children, I mean, that could pose an issue with the courts if it is supposed to be where Gerard is supposed to abide by that and allow her to speak to the kids regardless of what they have going on. Or they will need to revise a new schedule that doesn't interfere with Olivia being able to contact them on certain days and at certain times, so that there isn't any issues. But I have stated a few months ago, I do believe that they all play games at the expense of these children, and that's why I say they are all at fault to some degree. And the ones who are, are being affected the most, of course, is the children, because they are kind of being put in these adult situations that they shouldn't have to be put in.
Definitely. Like I said, I need to get a super good attorney just to help me with this and to help me with something else that I have planned. I don't want to say too much because I see what he's trying to do now. So lock me up because I'm the biggest threat. Locking me up is gonna do what? I'll get out. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna get locked up, but okay, if I do, then what? Hey, stop yelling. What does putting me in jail do for the situation? Let's just say that let's say that his intentions were actually pure and he really does need the money for child support. What does locking me up do? Because at first he said he would never do that to me. He would never. I have 2 other kids. He doesn't want that for me. I have my 2 kids and my other kids, and he would never. Okay. So what does locking me up do? Can you guys tell me? Other than, like, for real, thinking that it's not because, well, we all know it's because. What's like the reason? Like, how does locking me up help my 3 kids? Contempt on him every time he denies. I know, baby, I should, but I don't have a lawyer at the moment. I'm gonna start a GoFundMe, and hopefully anybody who wants to help me get a lawyer, please help me, because I have to get a lawyer within the next 2 weeks. I have to get one. So, I have to try to make the money to get one.
So, you mean to tell me all the money that you racked up during this homeless story that you created, you mean to tell me you ain't got the money for an attorney? You ran with this story for a little over a week on YouTube and TikTok, and you're telling me all that money that you made in just views alone, on top of the Cash Apps, PayPals, and Super Chats, you're telling me you don't have enough money for an attorney. And then you're turning around asking the people for more financial help. A GoFundMe, Olivia? Like, do you not realize that it's too soon? Girl, like, people are still trying to recover from the fact that you are literally looking them in their face while you are in your apartment in Texas that you claimed you no longer had. People are still dealing with the whiplash of all the lies that they're trying to adjust to and realize that you literally lied to their face, and that's not enough. You can't even give the people time to just kind of come back to their senses because you literally just pulled a fast one on them and they were dumb enough to believe you. You can't even give the people time to recover. You already asking for more help? Like, this is insane. As if people ain't even just being triggered by the fact that you're mentioning GoFundMe and attorney in the same sentence. Girl, did you forget you set up a whole GoFundMe not too long ago, needing help for an attorney? And what did you do with the money? You definitely didn't use that money for an attorney, so they're supposed to bypass the fact that they just got taken for their money just a couple of weeks ago. But now you want them to trust you with the fact that you are in desperate need of an attorney and you need their financial help. Girl, this is a mess.
Really was in my villain era, and I'm not in that anymore. I don't care. I feel like I got my get back. I said and did everything I needed to do because I was so wrongly done and talked about and played with. I said everything I needed to say. Now I really feel like people just are living their karma. People want to talk about this is my karma. What's my karma? Eternal peace? Because I honestly have so much peace in my life not dealing with certain people anymore, and I'm happy. I'm actually happy. It's just people keep trying to ruin my happiness. It's like, just let me be. Let me be. Oh my gosh, just let me be. People won't let me just be, y'all. People think I'm upset about this, I'm upset about that. No, I'm not. I'm not upset about any of it. And honestly, you guys, I already told you guys, I'm in a relationship and I'm happy. I'm in a relationship. I haven't been in one in a very long time, and I haven't been in this one for a very long time, but I'm happy. Like, I'm happy. I feel like I'm with who I'm supposed to be with, and it wasn't forced, and it's not off no weird shit, and it was very well thought about, and I'm happy and I'm excited, you know. And did we get the likes up? No, we still can't get the likes up, so I'm not gonna tell you guys who it is, but I just want to be happy, and I just want to be left alone, like, and I just want to be a mother to my kids. Like, I don't understand. I feel like I'm gonna have to show him eventually, because I will be attending my kids' stuff. Like, I will be going to Christians' football practices or football game. I will be going everywhere. When I am able to get the information that I need about my kids, I want to attend everything. And especially if I have a person by my side and I don't have to worry about people's bullshit. Like, people will leave me the fuck alone. Maybe if I have a man by my side, people will leave me the fuck alone. But how much you guys want to bet the moment I have a man by my side, people are really going to be aggressive and upset? How much y'all want to bet? Y'all want to bet? Let's bet some money. Let's bet some money for real.
So, hearing this, now I'm starting to suspect maybe it's her new boyfriend that's going to be moving in with her. Because early on, it seemed like it could have been her mother, because she was like, you know, I have somebody that's going to be coming down to help me. It's very possible it's this new guy she's talking about, and I do think the dynamic is going to be more interesting. I'm very interested to see how this is going to play out, because I do think to some degree there is going to be a shift in the sense of how Olivia is able to kind of move freely in trying to be more present in her children's life with her having a man by her side. This is interesting. I guess this is the new character that, you know, Olivia said she was going to be introducing soon to her life. So I'm very intrigued by this.
Thank you. I just don't want to deal with delusion anymore. I want to deal with the facts of the situation, you know? The internet has, like, gaslit the situation, the delusion situation, and everything for so long. Like, I'm not going to allow any of you guys to do that anymore. We're going to go by facts. And if the facts were, and if the history showed, girl, he don't care about you. Girl, bye. He's ignoring you. Girl, he don't pay you no mind. Girl, bye. Girl, I'll be right there with you. Girl, you right. I know. Please, girl. You don't. Girl, come on. Come on. Snap out of it. Come to reality. Okay, cool. Now that we're both here in reality, let's talk about the facts, okay? And the facts are, the nigga pulled a gun out on Brandon just a few years ago. So we're not going to play that game though this time. Okay. We're gonna hope and pray and wish upon a star that everybody is, moved on and everyone does just mind their fucking business, because I don't have time.
Now, I could do a flashback right here, but I'm a refrain because I don't think some people ready for this. But what I will say, that was a real situation. Gerard definitely did pull a gun out on Brandon. I do remember that. And some of us remember that was around the time that Olivia was also messing around with Gerard when she had freshly kind of moved back to Texas to try to, get Gerard back from Nisha. But that was a situation. And Gerard did say in that apology video that if him and Olivia, now again, we're speaking from 2020 mindset of Gerard. Let me just stress that. Gerard said this during May of 2020. But he said that if him and Olivia did not work, it would make him go crazy. And he said if he was to ever see Olivia with another dude, he would probably try to, to unalive that dude. Those were his words. Now, I could pull the flashback on y'all and let y'all see it for yourself. But, again, I know this is a very sensitive subject, but if we're going to commentate on all of this, we gotta be fair now. Now, if y'all, I might pull the flashback in the next video so y'all can see it for what it is. Honestly, I would have liked to react to the video. I might still react to that video because at this point in the game, with everything coming to the head the way that it is, it's relevant to kind of take it back. So we can really see what was going on and how it has actually transitioned to where we are today. So I may just still, show that video and just kind of break it down because I've watched maybe half of that video. And I felt like just watching that video alone gave me more insight that I didn't have before. Because I haven't seen a lot of videos of Gerard with him just speaking from his own, point of view, him just speaking for himself. I have not seen a lot of videos like that. So it definitely gave me more insight watching that video. But again, this is going to be interesting to watch. I'm very intrigued by how this dynamic is going to go.
I'm not playing about this one right here. This one right here, I'm not playing about. I'm not playing with. I want to be with this man. I've been wanting to be with this man for a while now. It's just the stars have not aligned. The stars are now aligning, and I got my man, okay? And I like this man a lot, and this man is my man, okay? And I want to be with him. So we're going to make it work. We're going to protect him. And I mean, like, protect him from the crazies and the loonies. And yeah, okay? Because this one right here, honey. This one right here. I like this one, you guys. Like, a lot. And he has showed me enough to know, like, this is the one that I want to be with. Maybe make a life with. Maybe marry. Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get married. But, you know what I mean, y'all. And we have a child together. So that even makes it even better.
So the only person that would leave is supposedly Joey, aka Kalani's dad. Because I don't see Zolo leaving Donna anytime soon. This is very interesting. Oh my goodness.
And like I said, he loves AJ like his own. Like, when I tell you guys, like, he doesn't say how is my child. He says, how are my children? Like, this man takes on full responsibility for AJ. He loves AJ. And it just makes me love him even more because he loves AJ so much. And he has always, like, you guys understand, like, before I was even pregnant with Kailani, like, he was looking out for AJ. Yeah, but we're not going to play about him, y'all. We're not going to play about him. We're not going to play about him, okay? He will be here in a few weeks, and I'm not going to play about him. Okay, and like I said, I don't want to show him on my social media, but let's be real. I feel like it might happen eventually. Just because people are going to try to snap pictures of him and send it in to people. And, girl, I have a whole paparazzi. So we'll see when the time is right. Maybe we'll see. But I'm not, like, I'm not really pushing for that. But could it happen? Would it happen? I have to be realistic. I do social media. So... But yeah, I'm not trying to make this all about a man, because it's not about a man. But let's be real. Like, I've needed somebody by my side, 10 toes down for me. And I'm happy that I'm finally going to get that, because your girl needs some backup. Okay? I need some backup. I need somebody to be here, be like, back the fuck up. You're not finna play with her. And yeah. You're done, bro. You're done. In my book, you're done. You're done. So yeah, we are going to go back to court, and I'm going to get it laid out piece by piece what my rights are and what is owed to me as far as my kids go. I need to know every practice, every game, every coach's number. I need to know all of that shit, because like I said before, I am valid, and who I am is a valid piece in their life, and you're not going to take that away from me anymore. He's not going to take that away from me anymore, and I'm not going to lay down and let him take that from me anymore. I'm not. I have, and I just let it be, because I don't want to create drama. I don't want to, like, he thinks that he can just discuss these things with that lady. No, you need to discuss it with me. I need to know where their doctors are. I need to have their copies of insurance. I need to know everything about my children, and I'm not playing anymore. And since he wants to take this back to court, okay, we're going to take everything back to court. We're going to take everything back to court. Everything. You want the judge to know everything? Well, let's let the judge know everything. Let's let the judge know. Okay? Because they don't know what's really been going on. They don't know that this woman that you took her kids away from her, that you've been having an affair with her. Yeah, it's an affair. What, baby? Here, it's on now. Imagine you did all of this to turn around and have an affair with me. It doesn't even make sense. It's so... Put that back. Put the stroller back. Like, can you imagine the judge finding that out? You got married to turn around and have an affair with me. And you think I'm going to just let that go? No, I'm going to say it every chance I get. Because you literally took my kids away from me, tried to rub it in my face, got up here multiple times with said wife, and then turned around and had a whole affair with me for months. And now you're mad because everybody found out and I blew up your spot, and now you want to put me in jail. Okay. All right. Y'all, just let him be. Let him do his biggest one. I'm going to get a lawyer. Like I said, I'm going to make a GoFundMe. Every single person that wants to bless me in my journey, I'm gonna tell you guys everything. I'm gonna tell you guys everything. This is my transparent era. I'm gonna be real about everything, and not so I can hurt other people, not so I can shame other people, not so I can play get. This is not about that. This is about this real life bullshit that I'm living through, and the fact that this could easily happen to any naive woman out there that ends up with a confused, lost man like this one. Okay?
Well, I mean, it definitely sounds like she's been listening over here, because that is definitely what I've been saying. Even up till recently, I was saying that, it's the lack of transparency that has caused her to, really hurt herself even worse. It's the fact that she was always trying to act so unbothered and not wanting to tell the truth about what was really going on. So, I can appreciate the transparency. We're going to see how this actually goes, because Olivia definitely has a track record of saying she's going to do one thing but does the complete opposite. But although I'm almost at the end of this, yes, 3-hour live, you guys, like, oh Lord, I'm still a little disappointed with this live because she really did not acknowledge the elephant in the room, which is her coming on here shortly after claiming and crying and begging and pleading that she was homeless with her 2 babies, sleeping in a car for almost a week. She went from being in the car to depending on people to cash app her so she can stay in a hotel room to her being given a place to stay that was an office space. It's all these different cartwheels this girl done did, and she's coming on here speaking on what she's speaking on, which I can appreciate the info, but it's like, again, you're not taking into consideration that we are having to sit here and listen to what you're saying, all the while you're sitting in your apartment in Texas that you claimed you lost. Like, this is what is so bizarre to me. But, I mean, carry on, girl.
I put my school on, I have an LOA, okay, a leave of absence at my school. Because, believe it or not, the plan is or was, okay, don't. I was actually going to wait till my lease is up, and then my lease is up next year in the beginning of the year. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put my school, hey, stop. I had a certain amount of time. Okay, get down now. Get down. I had a certain amount of time that I can put my LOA on, okay? And my school allowed me to put the LOA until the time that I needed. But now I'm thinking, it's like, Olivia, even though I don't want to be in Texas, even though I can't stand Texas, even though this is not the even though this is not the place that I want to be. Thank you. Okay, give me a kiss. Okay, lay with me. You guys know this is not the place I want to be. But can I really go a whole year without seeing my kids and only seeing them during the summers? No, I can't. I was trying to get through school, and I was trying to make this time count. That's why I missed the summer with my kids. But like every single day I'm away from my kids, it just eats away at me. And then it's like I'm left like nothing but bones, because everything else just gets, it's like I can't explain the feeling, bro. It's just like,
my thing is, if you are trying to get your certification, whether it's in cosmetology, nails, what have you, why is it that you have to go to the one in Florida? I'm sure Texas has options as well. I mean, most states have the same curriculum, same certification programs that you can, acquire to get. I just don't understand what is the draw for you to go to the school in Florida. So again, if you're looking at the fact that you don't want to leave your children again, which I would highly recommend you don't, Olivia, like seriously, enough is enough with that. But if you are seriously about not wanting to leave your children once again, then you need to find a program in Texas where you can carry out your certificate program.
that being said, when my lease is up here, I want to get a house, okay? So, I feel like after I move, then What are you doing, Mama? Yeah? After I move and I get a house and we're settled, then I can start school again. Kailani's dad will be here so he can watch Kailani. And whatever, I'll just figure out a schedule where I can go to school. I'll figure it out, because I do want to go to school and I do want to get done with school. And it's not even nothing crazy, you guys. I just want to do nails. I want to do nails and I want to do skin, and I want to do, I want to make my own business, a beauty business, okay? That's what I want to do. So, and I really love nails. Okay, I really love nails. I realized that this time around. I was like, oh my God, I love this shit. So, That's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to wait until I can actually do it 100%. Because if I do it, I can't do it right now. I'm going to court, bitch. A bitch might get locked up. I'm just playing. No, I'm not going to get locked up. I'm not. That's what he wants so badly. But it's not going to happen because it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Okay, so she's finally in a place to want to tell the people what she's going to school for. That's great, you know, that she's being transparent with that. My question is, if this guy, you know, aka Kalani's dad, is going to be coming down to Texas to stay with you, how is he going to provide financially if he's there to watch Kalani for you? I hope this guy is going to be working. I hope he has a job or is going to be getting a job, or he has some type of stable income coming down. I would hope that he would bring something to the table besides being a babysitter. So yeah, but yeah, I'm curious to see, like I said, how this is going to play out.
Yes, I love pedicures. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing pedicures and manicures, and that's what I was just in school for that. There you go, I told y'all. But yes, you guys, I had my own client and everything. I was doing clients at school and everything. And I love it. I love it. And I know I haven't been doing it. And I know I haven't been on my shit. I'm sorry, you guys. The last 5 years were fucking hard. Okay? Your bitch went through a lot. I went through a lot. Okay? And I just wasn't mentally right. And people are always like, oh, well, you could have done this. You could have done that. Don't talk on it if you have not been through it. Please. Please. And I lost that teacher. I lost the school. So it's fine. I'm going to find an even better school. Hopefully. I'm going to find a good school out here. And maybe I can transfer my hours. And I can just do it here. I can just do it.
So that's pretty much all for this video. Before I end, I do want to speak on a comment that I made early in this video, and I basically said that I felt that it's very possible that Gerard did not have anything to do with the issuing of this new court document. The reason why I feel indifferent right now is because there's so many different moving parts to this situation, and I had to kind of look some things up and inquire about certain things to kind of get more of an understanding of how this works. Now, just from the audio that has been circulating around that, you know, we have been privy to hearing, one of the things that did stand out to me was the fact that in that audio, it did say that it was supposed to be where on August 27th of this year, the motion to revoke suspension of commitment was to expire on August 27th of this year. So what you heard in the audio, it was said that if nothing was to happen, then, you know, everything would be dismissed. So the other part that I pretty much found out is even if Gerard or Gerard's attorneys did not do anything with that particular case in question, the court could actually pick this up themselves, because here's the reality of the situation. The court ordered Olivia to pay child support. There was a set amount put in place that she was supposed to abide by, with the condition of her being on probation without having to serve any time in jail. Those were the conditions that was in place. Once Olivia stops paying child support, she reneges on that arrangement. And so regardless if, like I said, Gerard or Gerard's attorney say, hey, I want to continue on with this, or no, I don't want to continue on with this, it really doesn't matter, because if the court sees that Olivia has reneged on doing her part in the agreement, which is to pay her child support every month, the court can pick this up and say, we're going to go forward in this. Because the court has a certain time frame themselves when they can make the decision if they want to pick up on something or if they're going to just let it be dismissed. And I think in Olivia's situation, I think she has really messed herself up. And You know, obviously there are some things that Olivia is just not aware of when it comes to the legal system. And so she's just automatically assuming that Gerard has something to do with this. But it's very, very possible that Gerard had nothing to do with this, and that it could have been the court who decided to pick this case up and move forward with this, because they're able to see how far in the hole she is with child support. They're able to track how many months consistently she's been paying her child support. They're able to track when she stopped paying her child support and how long it's been since she's made a payment. So I think that is the missing piece that Olivia is not thinking about. She's not possibly even aware of. So I just wanted to highlight that here, because I don't want to just immediately say Gerard did this. I believe it's very possible that this is all Olivia's doing. And it's very unfortunate, because this is the same woman who has been mocking Jasmine, you know, making fun of the fact that, you know, she got her locked up. This is the same woman who just a couple of weeks ago tried to get another woman arrested by filing a police report while she was on live. And so the same way she can talk about everybody else's karma, she has to look at this situation with new lenses, because it's very possible that Gerard had nothing to do with this at all. But, you know, Olivia is always saying that people are wishing on her downfall, and Olivia doesn't realize she's her worst enemy. She is constantly causing her own demise and her own downfall. And there is a scripture that speaks so profoundly to this situation right here. And it's found in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 1. And it says, "The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish woman tears it down with her own hands." I'm going to leave it here. It's One Love, and I'm out.